1987 Philippine Constitution 1. Part 5. Article 8. Judicial Department. What is judicial power? Includes the duty of the courts of justice to settle actual controversies involving rights, which are legally demandable and enforceable, and to determine whether or not there has been a grave abuse of discretion, amounting to lack or excess of jurisdiction on the part of any branch or instrumentality of the government. The judicial power shall be vested in. The judicial power shall be vested in one Supreme Court and in such lower courts as may be established by law. Regular courts in the Philippines. The following are the regular courts in the Philippines. A. Supreme Court. B. Court of Appeals. C. Regional Trial Courts. D. Metropolitan Trial Courts. E. Municipal Trial Courts in cities. F. Municipal Trial Courts. G. Municipal Circuit Trial Courts. The superior or highest courts. The Supreme Court. What is an inferior court? A court that is subordinate to and whose decisions are subject to review by the highest court in a judicial system. What is a special court? Is a court with limited jurisdiction that deals with a particular field of law rather than a particular territorial jurisdiction. Jurisdiction means is the power and authority of a court to hear, try, and decide a case. What is concurrent jurisdiction? When two or more courts both have the power to hear a case. Original jurisdiction means the power held by the first court to hear a case. What is appellate jurisdiction? The power to hear a case on appeal from the court with original jurisdiction. What is judicial restraint? The philosophy that judges should decide cases based on the original intent of the lawmakers and on precedent. In deciding a case, precedent means prior judicial decisions that guide rulings on similar cases. What is judicial activism? The philosophy that judges should also take current social conditions into account when deciding cases. Plaintiff means the person who files a lawsuit. Defendant means the person against whom a legal complaint is made. What is a criminal case? A court case in which a defendant is tried for committing a federal crime. What is a civil case? Is a court case dealing with a non-criminal dispute. What is docket? A list of cases to be heard by a court. What is a record? The transcript of the proceedings from a trial court. Transcript of stenographic notes or TSN. What is writ of certiorari? An order by the Supreme Court telling a lower court to send it a specific case to review. What is a pleading? In law, it is written presentation by a litigant in a lawsuit setting forth the facts upon which he claims legal relief or challenges the claims of his opponent. What is trial brief? A pleading or detailed written statements about a case that are filed with the court. What is majority opinion? The official ruling of the Supreme Court on a case, explaining how the majority decision was reached. What is concurring opinion? A separate opinion that agrees with the majority opinion but offers a different reason for making that ruling. What is a dissenting opinion? An opinion written by a justice who disagrees with the ruling of the majority in a case. What is judicial review? The ability of the court to declare a legislative or executive act in violation of the Constitution. What is ponente and ponentia? Ponente is the writer of the court's majority opinion. Ponentia is the court's majority opinion. What is courts-martial? It is a judicial court for trying members of the armed services accused of offenses against military law. What is a civilian tribunal? It is a court belonging to the judicial branch, separate from the military courts. What is redress? It refers to the satisfaction of a legal claim, such as payment for damages. Where shall judicial power be vested? Shall be vested in one Supreme Court and in such lower courts as may be established by law. Composition of the Supreme Court. 1. Chief Justice, and 2. 14 Associate Justices. How does Supreme Court sit? A. It may sit en banc, or B. in divisions of 3, 5, or 7 members. What is an en banc proceeding? En banc, French for en bench, is a session in which a case is heard before all the judges of a court. What cases are heard en banc? 1. All cases involving the constitutionality of a treaty, international or executive agreement, or law. 2. All other cases which under the rules of court are required to be heard en banc, including those involving the constitutionality, application, or operation of presidential decrees, proclamations, orders, instructions, ordinances, and other regulations. What cases are heard in division? All other cases or matter are heard by a division which shall be decided or resolved with the concurrence of a majority of the members who actually took part in the deliberations. Powers of the Supreme Court. 1. Exercise original jurisdiction over cases affecting ambassadors, other public ministers and consuls. 2. Jurisdiction over petitions for certiorari, prohibition, mandamus, quo warranto, and habeas corpus. 3. Review, revise, reverse, modify, or affirm on appeal or certiorari, as the law or the rules of court may provide, final judgments and orders of lower courts in. 4. All cases in which the constitutionality or validity of any treaty, international or executive agreement, law, presidential decree, proclamation, order, instruction, ordinance, or regulation. 5. All cases involving the legality of any tax, impost, assessment, or toll, or any penalty imposed in relation thereto. 6. All cases in which the jurisdiction of any lower court is an issue. 7. All criminal cases in which the penalty imposed is reclusion perpetua or higher. 8. All cases in which only an error or question of law is involved. 9. Assign temporarily judges of lower courts to other stations or public interest may require. 10. Order a change of venue or place of trial to avoid a miscarriage of justice. 11. Promulgate rules concerning the protection and enforcement of constitutional rights, pleading, practice, and procedure in all courts, the admission to the practice of law, the integrated bar, and legal assistance to the underprivileged. Supreme Court's administrative supervision. The Supreme Court shall have administrative supervision over all courts and the personnel thereof. Qualification of member of the Supreme Court. 1. Natural-born citizen of the Philippines. 2. At least 40 years of age. 3. 15 years experience or more as a judge of a lower court or engaged in the practice of law in the Philippines. 4. Must be a person of proven competence, integrity, probity, and independence. Composition of Judicial and Bar Council, JBC. 1. Chief Justice as ex officio Chairman. 2. Secretary of Justice. 3. Representative of the Congress as ex officio members. 4. Representative of the Integrated Bar. 5. Professor of Law. 6. Retired member of the Supreme Court. 7. Representative of the private sector. Functions of Judicial and Bar Council, JBC. 1. Recommending appointees to the judiciary. 2. It may exercise such other functions and duties as the Supreme Court may assign to it. At least 3 nominees. Selection of the members of the Supreme Court and judges of lower courts shall be appointed by the President from a list of at least 3 nominees prepared by the Judicial and Bar Council for every vacancy. Such appointments need no confirmation. For the lower courts, the President shall issue the appointments within 90 days from the submission of the list. Age of mandatory retirement members of the Supreme Court and judges of lower courts. The members of the Supreme Court and judges of lower courts shall hold office during good behavior until they reach the age of 70 years or become incapacitated to discharge the duties of their office. Requirement to make decision. No decision shall be rendered by any court without expressing therein clearly and distinctly the facts and the law on which it is based. When case or matter deemed submitted for decision. A case or matter shall be deemed submitted for decision or resolution upon the filing of the last pleading, brief, or memorandum required by the rules of court or by the court itself. Requirement of consultation. The conclusions of the Supreme Court in any case submitted to it for decision en banc or in division, shall be reached in consultation before the case is assigned to a member for the writing of the opinion of the court. Submission of an annual report to the President and Congress. The Supreme Court shall, within 30 days from the opening of each regular session of the Congress, submit to the President and the Congress an annual report on the operations and activities of the judiciary. Meaning of Mandamus. It is an order from a court to an inferior government official, ordering the government official to properly fulfill their official duties, or correct an abuse of discretion. Meaning of prohibition. An order to refrain or stop, or an order that prohibits a certain act or procedure. What is quo warranto? It is a legal action requiring a person to show by what authority he holds the office. What is motion for reconsideration, MR? It is an application to the court requesting that the court alter or amend a judgment or order. What is a quasi-judicial body? It is a non-judicial body which can interpret law. It is an entity such as an arbitrator or tribunal board, generally of a public administrative agency, which has powers and procedures resembling those of a court of law or judge.